what's going on, y'all, man? This your boy Casey Phil, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. Finally got some time to sit down and talk about AEW's Rampage from last night. This was a very good show. I can't believe we in episode 5. 5 episodes. And remember, I was at episode 2. Because you know who showed up. But last night's episode was a very good episode. My only issue is the interview segment, where it's the side by side, because I feel like it's the same thing every episode, even though I know it's different wrestlers. But I feel like that just makes it feel like it's the same episode. Maybe that's just me. But other than that, man, I really did not have an issue at all with this episode. This was a very, very good episode of Rampage. Let's start off with the opener, which we all thought was going to be the main event. That's what I thought, the way how they was booking it. No, they said we're going to have Andrade and Pac open the show. This was a very, very much anticipated match. Cat's been clamoring for this match. This was the match that was going to make or break Andrade and his future career in AEW. There has been a lot of people that's been kind of poo-pooing this man because they felt like he's really not all that he claims to be. There's a lot of people that would call him mid, low, and all of that. Then the fact that he was complaining about his booking by liking certain tweets and everything that he shouldn't have been. So that's the one thing. That's the one thing about being in the public eye. You gotta watch everything. You can't say nothing. You can't tweet nothing. You can't like nothing, cause the social media police will be on you like white on rice. They be looking for everything. And the fact that they seen him like a certain tweet that basically talked about his booking not being all that in a bag of chips, you gotta watch that, because the social media police, they gonna be on you, man. They gonna be on you. But this was a excellent opener. Pac and Andrade worked well together. Listen, there was so much going on in this match, but I'm going to mainly focus on what happened after the match. Andrade got the win, but let's talk about how did he get the win. Okay, so Pac was getting ready to have him. He was about to make him submit. I don't even know Andrade's secretary guy name. The guy that be always having the clipboard. Homeboy hopped up in the ring, and he got a taser, and then the referee was basically distracted. Ref was like, "What the heck is you doing, sir? Like, what? Get the heck out of here! What are you doing?" So, with him clowning, that's when the Lucha Bros came out. Ray and Pentagon Jr., they came out. They pulled that fool down and started beating the brakes off of him. So the referee is paying attention to what's going on outside the ring. He's not looking at what happens on the other side. Chavo Guerrero hops up, lays Pac out with, I think he laid him out with a clipboard. He laid him out with something. That's when Andrade did the move, laid him out 1, 2, 3. And so after that, right, they walked off. Andrade, Chavo, his secretary, they started hugging each other, right? As soon as he hugged that man, as soon as Andrade hugged Chavo, Andrade beat the snot out of Chavo, and I did not see that coming. I didn't see it coming at all. I'm thinking Chavo and Andrade is a great pairing, because Chavo can be his mouthpiece and everything, plus the so-called potential Mexican main event mafia that possibly was on the rise. I don't know if it's going to happen now. I don't know. He laid that man out. Then the Lucha Bros was standing right there. They super kicked him. Then they dragged him over to the ring where Pac was waiting because he already was upset. And he laid him out and put him in a submission mode. And I'm sitting up saying to myself, well, that only means one thing. Ric Flair is around the corner, and they are going to pair him with Ric Flair. That is what it's going to be. Ric Flair is going to be his talking. He's going to be his mouthpiece. So for people who've been clamoring for Ric Flair to be on AEW television, you got it. He's there. Now here's the question. Tully, Arn Anderson, and Ric Flair. Hopefully they can work out their differences, whatever the beef was. I don't know. But the fact that all these buffoons is trying to be under one roof. The old horseman minus Arn's brother, I think, is passed away, I think. Outside of that, it's only three horsemen. All of them clowns are going to be under one roof. Will they be able to reconcile and get back together? I don't know. But Ric Flair is coming. He's definitely coming. But I can tell y'all, I didn't see that coming at all. I did not see that at all. And I gotta say, AEW is great with the swerves because a lot of times when you think you got them figured out, they're gonna do something totally different. And I didn't see that coming. I did not see Andrade turning on Chavo this quick. The fact that they just put them together, I'm like, so this obviously is going to mean something. This is going to mean something. So we'll see moving forward. But it was definitely a great opener. This was the match that Andrade needed. Andrade needed this bad because there was a lot of people that was ready to give up on the man. They said, "Oh, he ain't, he still got the WWE reek on him. They say he got to get that stuff off of him." And boy, did he did, because him and Pac, they went at it. They tore each other up. So kudos to them. Let's see what happened next. Okay, we got this segment right here. We got Shawn Spears. Oh, no. Before it happened, Tully Blanchard. No, well, hold up. Sting and Darby Allin was coming out there to address the challenge that Tully Blanchard gave on Dynamite. Well, Tony Schiavone was in the ring, and he asked him, "Do you accept the man's challenge?" And Darby Allin said, "So you telling me that Sting has been riding off my coattail?" He said, "Please." He said, "That boy, that he said that boy Shawn Spears is nothing but a generic piece of poop. That's what he is." And then Sting, he hopped up and said, he told him to get his tail up out here. He said, "Let's settle this now." He said, "Let's be honest with you." He said, "If it wasn't for Ric Flair, your career would be irrelevant. That's all you're known for being a part of the Four Horsemen." So then that's when Tully come out. Tully started laughing, talk about, "You want to talk some nonsense? You want to talk some mess? All right, well, you never know when we're going to attack." Sure enough, Shawn Spears popped up out the woodwork, slithered his way up into the ring, pulled Darby out and beat the brakes off of him, and then ran off. Meanwhile, Sting was being distracted and trying to figure out what the heck just happened. And then Tully was laughing and said, "You never know when we're going to strike. This was part of my plan all along." Just laughing, sounding like a goof, just sounding real silly. But it was a decent segment. So obviously, more than likely, this is going to be a tag team match. This is going to be Darby and Sting versus Tully and Shawn Spears on Dynamite. Let's be honest with you. I respect both Tully and I respect both Sting. But I don't know at y'all. I wasn't trying to see that. I wasn't trying to see two old geezers trying to wrestle. Nah, I'm good. I'd rather if they're going to wrestle, make it be where it's a tag team where they got the two young cats that's gonna do most of the work. So fine with that. We got both Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson talking about their AEW rivals. This promo was excellent. You can feel the emotion from both of them. Adam Cole sounded like he was going to start crying. Talk about, he said he trusts the Bucks and Kenny with his life. He knew that he was watching AEW from afar, and he said, "When I come here, I already knew that this is the best, greatest professional wrestling organization on the planet, and you knew I was going to be here." And he said, "I can't." He said, "I'm not even in my prime yet." He said, "Fools like Jungle Boy and Bryan Danielson are irrelevant to me, and we're going to show you why the elite are all that in a bag of chips. That's the only thing that matters." And he said, "I'm going to show that clown Freaky Kazarian why I'm just that dang good, because I'm not even in my prime." I said, the boy is on fire. I told y'all, man, I was not an Adam Cole fan. Am I an Adam Cole fan now? No. But I root for him because I want to see him do well. Maybe with him being in AEW, maybe he might change, my so-called not being a fan of his. I don't know. But I'm going to watch. I'm going to continue to watch. I never said the boy couldn't wrestle. I never said the boy couldn't talk. He's an excellent wrestler, and he can talk his tail off. Just wasn't my cup of tea. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to watch everything. This matchup between him and Frankie Kazarian on Dynamite, I'm going to be watching this match closely. I am. I told y'all, man, look, I might be an AEW head, but I critique the mess out of it. This is what these reviews are for. We are critiquers. We critique what we see. I critique it. And this is what I'm doing. I'm critiquing everything that I see in AEW, regardless if it's Dynamite, Rampage, or their pay-per-views. Because at the end of the day, we want them to improve in every area. It does not matter. Daniel Bryan, he basically said the same thing. He said, "I'm grateful to be here too." He said, "This is where you have cats like Christian Cage that deserves all the respect in the world. I'm telling you right now." He said, "Look, he said the elite, to me, let's be honest with you, look how they dress." He said, "I'm not going after the entire elite. I'm going after one man. That's Kenny Omega." Like I said, I'm going after him. That's all that matters. When I challenge him, that's what I was coming to do. So that matchup between him and Kenny at Ultra Red Stadium, man, I don't know what we get. I don't know. You got two great professional wrestlers about to tangle it up. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. Like I said, good vignette from the two of them. Like I said, that's what you need. Now let's go ahead and talk about this trios women match. Dr. DMD, Britt Baker, Rebel, Jamie Hayter versus Ruby Soho, Rio, Chris Statlander. This was a very good match. I'm telling y'all, I told y'all, man. Like I say, when you do 303s, 303s must matter. Trios matches must matter. Don't do trios matches for absolutely no reason. They must matter. And the fact that all these girls got feud, they're all beefing because of what took place on Dynamite, fine, go ahead and do it. But this was basically to showcase what Ruby Soho is going to bring to the table. Ruby, listen, I'm so glad that she showed up. I'm so glad that she's a part of AEW now. She is there to help boost the women's division because AEW's women's division, that was one of the most lackluster areas in AEW. But I got to give Tony Khan props on what he's done in the last year to where we are right now. And with everything, all the chaos that took place in this, see, for me, I'm paying attention to the friendship of Rebel and Dr. Britt Baker. Ever since Jamie has showed up, I feel like there's a lot of tension going on now. They really haven't said nothing about it. But how this matchup, the result finished, okay, Chris Statlander had Rio on top of her shoulder. She was finna jump off her and then jump onto Britt Baker's chest. Ruby just jumped on top of, not Ruby, Rebel jumped right on top of her to protect her. And so she said, okay, then I'm going to jump on top of you. So then that's when Ruby came out to woodwork, did a move on Rebel, 1, 2, 3. I'm telling y'all right now, there's some kind of tension going on, and I think Rebel might be replaced. I think somewhere down the line, I think Britt's getting rid of her. I don't know when that's going to happen, but when that happens, this is what I want. Now, I know Rebel been going through with the injury, but there was people that told me that when she used to be on Impact, that they said Rebel actually is a very good wrestler. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Everybody basically carried in this whole match, you know. So if they are going to try to do the singles thing with Rebel, she better get ready. She better do everything in her pocket and her power to get as better as she can in the ring if she's going to be trying to go on a singles run, you know, when that time comes. Because obviously Jamie Hayter is the muscle. That's what Britt needed. That's all she needed. She didn't need somebody that would be in her way, getting in her way all the time and causing her to lose, because that's exactly what happened. Rebel lost again. Now, obviously, Britt ain't taking the pinfall because you know she the champion, so which makes sense. And you know they trying to build up Jamie Hayter as well. Like I said, decent trios women's match. You know, like I said, the name of the game is to get better and better. And speaking of getting better, they did talk about the matchup that's taking place on Dynamite with Layla Hirsch and my girl, Miss Jade Cargill. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. That matchup that we getting ready to get is going to showcase what Jade has been working on. What else does she bring to her wrestling arsenal? Because we all know that Jade still has work to do in the ring. But the fact that Tony Khan is trusting Layla to help her along the way, I can't wait for this match. I can't wait. This is a big woman versus little woman, David and Goliath. And let me tell y'all something. I know I said I was supposed to review NWA Empower and NWA Empower 73 or 70, whatever it's called. Let me just be honest with you. The 3 matches I've seen on Empower trumped everything that happened at 73. 73 had like maybe 2 decent matches. NWA Empower by Miggy James, that show was great. Now, the one thing I didn't like the finish to the final match, which would have determined who would face Camille the very next day. Let me tell y'all something. Camille and Layla Hirsch put on an excellent women's match for the NWA Women's Championship. Never seen Camille wrestle in my life. When I saw that matchup, her and Layla got excellent chemistry. I got to give them props. I said, yo, this match was excellent. It was a banger. I said, this is what I'm talking about. And it showed me like, man, Layla Hirsch, she can go. She might be tiny, but that girl can wrestle her behind off. And I'm like, Tony Khan is entrusting her to help Jade. Oh, man, that tell me Jade about to go off. Jade finna go off, man. I'm telling you, I want these girls to bang on Wednesday night. Jade and Layla Hirsch, do y'all things, ladies. Go at it. Tear each other up from limb. Give us an excellent women's match. Because I'm telling y'all, people been disrespecting Jade forever. And let me tell you something. Look, the reason why I wasn't on Jade's bandwagon was because of that goofy promo she did with Brandy. That's what threw me off. But ever since then, Jade has been on my radar like crazy. And y'all know me. I will not call her by her slogan. I'm not about that. I know a lot of y'all love using that. That's not me. I got so much respect for women. I will not disintegrate women calling them out their name. I don't even like when Britt does it. She called herself the baddest bitch. I'm like, no, that quit disrespecting yourself because you're trying to sound cool. To me, that's lame. It's lame as that. But I cannot wait to see Jade and Layla. It's gonna be a lot of people I know that's gonna be iffy on it. But me, I'm interested because I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see it, man. So kudos to them. Everybody doing what they had to do. Now let's go ahead and talk about the part that I was talking about that I felt it makes me feel like I'm watching the same episode. Okay, the interview segment where it's the side by side. You got Mark Henry in the middle, and whoever's in the main event gets to cut their last little words against one another to get people hyped up for the match. Let me tell y'all something. Tony Khan has allowed my man who just came back from sensitivity training, which he really shouldn't have went, but sensitivity training, Max Caster on the main event of Rampage versus Brian Pillman Jr., who was a hometown hero because they was right in Cincinnati, which is his backyard. Listen, y'all, you got to give Tony props on what he's doing right now. He's building for the future. He's put these names out here so you can see who these cats are. You can see a Max Caster. You can see an Anthony Bowens. You can see a Brian Pillman Jr. You can see a Griff Garrison. You can see a Layla Hirsch. You can see a Chris Statlander, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? Man, they basically told each other off and everything. Uh, you know, like let me tell y'all something, man. The Acclaim won me over. Because when I first saw the Acclaim, I was like, man, who these cheesy wannabe John Cena rapping? Who these dudes are? Man, the Acclaim, man, I'm a huge Acclaim fan. You know, man, I want to see these dudes shine, man. That's what I knew. Watching this match, I already knew. I said, Max not winning. You already know. But the fact that they so over, it's like, dog, man. Like, TK, keep doing everything in your power to keep pushing these cats, man. Obviously looked like what happened after the final result of because I'm going to talk about it in a minute. I would not be shocked if Tony Khan goes this route and end up having a tag team match without Griff Garrison, but it'd be with the guy who ends up coming in because I'm going to talk about it in the match. This is actually a very good match because both Max and Brian Pillman Jr. have excellent chemistry because the Acclaim and the Varsity Blondes, they always beefing, they always fighting on Dark. So they had multiple matches on there, so they had opportunity to work with each other. Listen, they told an excellent story. This match was all about story. And the fact that Anthony Bowens was cheating his behind off and that people was asking, where the heck was Griff Garrison? Griff Garrison, remember, he's selling the injury, how he got laid out. So he got knocked out so bad that he had a so-called concussion. This is why he wasn't able to be ringside. Anthony Bowens was cheating his behind off. I was laughing. I said, man, these something else, boy. See, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to break down about when I be, because y'all know me, I'm always talking about racing wrestling all the time. There is one thing to be funny, but also be taken serious at the same time, and you're not buck dancing. What the Acclaim do are silly, but they are buck dancing. That's the same thing when I talk about the Elite. The Elite are goofy, but you take them serious when you see them go out there because you know they ain't no joke. The Acclaim, it's the same exact way. Now, when you run over here to the New Day and you run over here to the R-Truths, that is what you call quote-unquote buck dancing, buffoonery, acting a coon, all that stuff. That's what goes on over there. This is what I'm talking about. I don't mind black people being goofy in their wrestling. I don't mind it. But don't allow it to where you have to shuck and jive. No, I don't. That's not what I'm here for. I can respect what the Acclaim are doing. Yes, they're heels. Yes, they're kind of goofy, but you take them serious. You get my drift? That's what I'm talking about. I don't mind it. I do not mind us being goofy. I just don't want it to where we're cooning and acting buffoonish. You know what I'm saying? This is why I can respect the Acclaim. I can, you know. Now, like I said, when you run over to to the E, oh no, all them buck dances over there, yeah, they can miss me. So without all the cheating going on, Brian Pillman Jr. ends up getting the victory. 1, 2, 3. The crowd goes crazy. His family was sitting up front. Auntie Linda, his sister, his brother, all of them were sitting up front. And after the match, the Acclaims jumped him. They started beating the brakes off him, right? Who comes out? John Moxley comes to the save, right? And they jumped him. Crowd goes home happy. Now, on Twitter, Anthony Bowen said, I'm starting to not like this Moxley guy. I would not be shocked if somewhere down the line we get a Moxley and Brian Pillman Jr. match versus the Acclaim. And if they're smart, you have the Acclaim go over. If they're smart. If they are smart, you have the Acclaim go over, which means if you want to run this back, you can run it back. Then you can have them, Moxley and them get the victory. But the fact that my man teased it, he teased saying like, man, I can't stand this Moxley guy. This Moxley guy starting to get on my nerves. It makes me think, oh, so we're going to have the Acclaim versus Moxley beef going on? Interesting. That is an interesting feud that I didn't see coming. Who knows? Like I said, remember, it's all about elevating the next talent. It's about the next superstars. And Moxley's so freaking over. I mean, he was the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. You can help the Acclaim get along by giving them a couple victories over. That's just me. But overall, man, this was a very good episode. I can't believe this is episode 5 of Rampage. I can't believe this is my 5th Rampage AEW Rampage review. Man, this is great. Like I said, I talk about the what they need to work on. Like I said, kind of make it different. I know a lot of fans love this interview thing, but overall, man, it was a good episode. That was basically my only complaint about the show. I really had no other, complaint about the show. But like I said, that's that. And I want to also send my thoughts and prayers out to Triple H, aka Paul Levesque. Let me tell y'all something. Stress will take you up out of here. Triple H has been under some heavy stress. That's what causes heart conditions. Stress from you know who. He don't need that. Ain't nobody in the moment trying to see that man dip out. Nobody. So even though as much as I clown the E and I clown all of them over there, I'm not trying to see Triple H go. Not. So thankfully the man is doing good. He's recovering at home. That's all. That's basically my review. Just wanted to say that piece and everything. Trying to remember if there's anything else I need to talk about because I don't want to end up adding another clip. Nope, that's it. That's everything, man. So what y'all think, man? It's your boy KCFL King Silver Life Wrestling Takes. Hit the comment section up. Hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. You might get a different viewpoint than what you hear from somewhere else. Like I said, I try to keep it real with AEW. I'm a huge AEW head. But like I said, I'm not finna sit up here and sugarcoat it. If it's something that they need work on, I'm going to talk about it. If it's something that they ain't doing well, I'm going to talk about what they need to get right. But other than that, man, excellent show. Like I said, it's your boy KCFL King 7 Life Wrestling Takes. I'm gone.